TV Ghana, Matoda na Master.
Since you are the camp of John Dramani Mahama, the former president, Nakache, Nasa Bisa NDC communicator, Wagili, na Orakana Samamu there, or count the Dr. Mamuda, the Odin Hudo Sammy Gyamfi. Now, as at now, according to UCB Atten, Sammy Gyamfi could chat Ruby, ma on live Oye TV, we expose them. Then some be wooden, why? Now, according to Oye Abdul Raf Ibrahim, or Oye Twitter, or the BB adapted. It was actually a program called TV3, named the Sammy Gyamfi upper the overshadow Oye Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, the current vice president. And Oye the Dr. Bawumia Nankasa, the special aid, Honorable Akbar, and Nankasa bombers are exposing Oye Sammy Gyamfi, not training in her. And I'm telling you that Atura Sammy Gyamfi future, na Honorable Oye Akbar, Mutumu or expose no, it is actually one in town. What may you say, as summer Oye or coding in her?
Before I come to that, I have some quick refutations to make. First of all, Sammy lied when he said that for the first time in 40 years, we defaulted on our loan and that it has never happened. I have with me a letter here dated February 18, 2025 from the Africa Development Bank and was addressed to Samuel D. Amir, Director, Debt Management Division, Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning. Subject, application of sanctions, arrears on bills due on 1st January 2015. And it reads.
No, so is that February 18? What's the date?
The letter is dated February 18, 2015.
Okay, earlier you said 2025, so.
No, 2015.
Okay.
And it reads, we wish to inform you that as of today, we have not received full payment in respect of bank group bills as per the attached arrears report. Therefore, and in accordance with the bank group policy on loan arrears recovery, we wish to inform you that sanctions have been imposed on 1st February 2015. We could count on your prompt action for the timely settlement of the amounts due to enable the lifting of sanctions. So in 2015, under Mahama, we defaulted on our loan obligations to Africa Development Bank. I'm not sure 2015 to now is up to 40 years. So he lied. Number two, he said.
Nti chere ma Honorable Akbar kanin na ni de Sammy Gyamfi pedo chere loan bi a aban wakwaje na ebere aso do tie na abere no watumu aso na aban ntumi ntie no oye MPP aban ko tini go ida ma and it has never happened in the history of Ghana within 40 years. Now, according to Honorable Agba, Obodo catches Sammy Gyamfi Assembly because NDC Naban, as far back as 18th of February 2015, chairman of former President John Dramani Mahama as president. The Hamabre Musumo, and we default oil loan payment. In the cheddar only Akushia Otikor. Now, who the name do Akushikru, Sana Akushi Ibinum Tototero, Omenko Akushi number 2, lie number 2.
Number 2. He said Bawumia is a chronic liar and therefore lacks the credibility to be president. And I think that as somebody who is passionately advocating for Mahama, he should be the last person to use the word credibility, especially on matters bordering corruption. Mr. Mahama is the only politician I know at the highest level who is incurably corrupt and visionless. There's absolutely no doubt about that.
Based
and I'll
substantiate
that.
Substantiate that.
In February 2009, at least according to the Federal Court report on the matter of the infamous Airbus scandal, the court established conclusively that Mr. Mahama, as early as February 2009, was in constant email conversations with officials of Airbus. Alfred, we've all read the Crown's report, the decision in France, and that of the US. And we have also listed, after a series of investigation by the special prosecutor, that it was established clearly that Mr. Mahama was the man designated as government official 1. And you know how it is? It was this man who used his brother, named as intermediary 5, to receive bribes worth $8 million through a phony company registered in Spain And that funny company took $3 million out of the money and remitted over $5 million to Mr. Mahama. It was not just a matter of the Airbus. And indeed, if we were in a democratic culture that works efficiently, Mr. Mahama should not be leading any political party into any election. This is a man whose reputation as a corrupt man is known locally and internationally. In fact, in a BBC interview, he was asked clearly, have you ever received bribes? He dilly-dallied and said and posed a counter question, whether as human being or as president. When Dr. Bawumia spoke at UPSC, he proudly declared as human being and as vice president that he is not corrupt. Indeed, civil society leaders, and I'm going to give you an example. The executive director of Media Foundation has expressed an opinion on these two key individuals in our politics. First, in the case of Mr. Mahama on the Airbus.
Are you talking about Suleiman
Abrema? When he was interviewed on Joy FM.
When?
After the news, the scandal broke out. He was interviewed on Joy FM.
Which scandal?
The Airbus scandal. I'm coming. So he was asked. Then he said that at the time of the scandal, the only elected official on the Armed Forces Council was Mr. John Dramani Mahama. And he was convinced that the court referred to Mr. Mahama. In the Charles Eduboahin's case, this same man expressed the view that as far as Dr. Bawumia is concerned, he is reputed as a man who is incorruptible. This is an individual expressing his views about two individuals. Alfred, for the first time in the history of our nation, that a sitting president, according to an attorney general, contemplated investigating Mr. Mahama for corruption allegations in the purchase of the Embraer jets from Brazil. It has never happened. Indeed, President Mills, according to Martin Amidu, went on to set up a 3-member committee to look into the procurement acquisition which Mr. Mahama championed. So as far as Mr. Mahama's integrity is concerned, he should not be seeking political office. As for what was said by Team Dufour in their petition to their General Secretary, out of deference for the office he once occupied and respect for, I will not read that. But when we are talking about a man who lacks credibility, Alfred, between a man who is perceived as being a liar and a man who has a reputation of being corrupt, in 2009, in the British House of Commons, an MP named John Dramani Mahama of having received bribes from the Amajaro company. You remember the Amajaro cocoa scandal? Mr. Mahama was named in the British House of Commons for having received bribes. Such is the character that Sammy is passionately defending as a man of integrity. Such is between the two individuals, I would, and Mr. Kwebo said that he kept referring to Sacred. If he has read the treatise of Sacred well and is clearly convinced by between the two individuals, we know the one who desires public resource. Mr. Mahama has demonstrated time and again. Before he exited office, it's public knowledge, he gave over 50% of our bauxite to his biological brother.
Hey, Rade. I'm telling you that this is actually an eyesore. Line number one, no, yeah, for loan default payment. Now, at number two, no, we don't know where, and it's just because of the fact that former President John Dramani Mahama, according to Sammy Gyamfi, former President John Dramani Mahama, yimpebia or a Christian Assemblies of God, Nasabe, no way a but according to Asama, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia 8, which is Honorable Akbarakan, Yimpano or corrupt in the Sabe the integrity and the name in Yempokrano. As far back as many years in Pokwani, 2 years there, Airbus won some organic Kumahan. Federal court will declare there. Yimpe Bisham, the Yipano, government official number 1, only former President John Dramani Mahama. No one at it, I offer an Airbus scandal. No, Pokra. Then Yaman getting for you there, former President John Dramani Mahama, no one but over pure. Aquapemene. What's in there? Say, Ben, you'll be a Obes Dinado as oil presidential candidate for a big party like NDC. Although you will be a 7-way project. Now, I know you'll be there. Sammy Gyamfi TV do. Now, Obini Papa Sabi. in there no one corruption in your market and getting a casino alternative the no defending. Also say on or defend Dr. Mahmoud Bamia. It's just because of genetic. Because there's a lot of oil tantrums na yampia watotoa the papa no why them so want to move for proof kumpo family. But John Dramani Mahama oye mu there oko ni we and what the former president John Dramani Mahama ninia which is Ibrahim Mahama this is not the but regards to box sites on pokra mama honorable Akbar pokra no on baby and send what say there before former president John Dramani Mahama be office back then in 2015 or sign a contract quite the box site, Ghana box site, quite able to crown of the man brother. Nankasana biological brother. No, no, too. In the Abanfo Free Bay, which is Dr. Mahmoud Bamino in another Dr. Kofada than NPP Abanabay. Now, what did Dama contract to finish because Russia? As at the time, all there, the minority box site, no, where prospecting on ye evaluation in the box site, no share if Obotu will be better 10 Ghana cities, non fact Dama assumption 10 Ghana cities. Na MPP abanbeno na nado na Dr. Mahmoud Bamia MPP abanbeno wo hwe ne wo de box size no share assassinate no onye 10 Ghana cedis o be de 10 million Ghana cedis je do twum kura na korbani wa sana zaman ba de do ntu nti che de 10 Ghana cedis no ono na yeye nti bia yeye mo bodu 20 cedis o za baban ina azin so twum ko be de 10 million Ghana cedis nti da man jama kitin nyama Honorable Oya Agba, to expose Sammy Gyamfi, MPP, NDC, Oya communicators. At the same time, we expose the former President John Dramani Mahama Project. Say, they will be, no will as a president. On the feed there, it should be Dr. Mahmoud Bamia. Mamu wa in jail comment section. Na be na be ni anonzi, mwezi no fancy am that politics no. It's about mother na share news from na like a video. But for me afa, bitu ma for me kosika. Mama nkra na yechiri, mwenzi ngo.